Officer Cerise, I'm sorry to disturb you on your time off. Do you have a moment?
Oh, yes. What is it, Dr. Ragna, right?
Yes. That's me. I actually wanted to speak with you for a moment regarding your report on the most recent, security breach.
Was there something wrong with it?
No, nothing like that. May I come in for a moment? I promise to be brief. Thank you. So, the tail end of your report highlights something particularly peculiar, and it's a matter I'd like to clear up.
You promised to make this brief.
Right. Sorry. I'll just get directly to the point then. I've come to check on the state of test subject 4951713 since your, acquisition of them 10 rotations ago.
Do you take issue with this acquisition? I went through all of the necessary paperwork to officialize it. It was all there in the report.
No, not at all. I'd be a hypocrite to judge you, since I've claimed a few test subjects as pets myself at this point. That said, I do find it a touch strange that this is the first runaway human to survive your capture. If I didn't know any better, I might say you were intentionally squishing them to avoid the due paperwork of returning them to their containment unit.
Let's stay on topic, Doctor. You wish to see my pet, so let me just... There we are. Feel free to examine them. Just please do keep in mind that you promised to be brief. I wish to get back to my private time with them.
I'm just noting here that you had them stuck to your foot this whole time, and I must say I'm quite surprised they've held up this well under your steps. Even just one of them, I would imagine, should have squished them, but they don't seem much the worse for wear. Tell me, Sweet Flea, how are you feeling after being stepped on like that? Does any part of you hurt? Interesting. Cerise, if you don't mind too terribly, I'd like to ask you to bring them to the testing facility on your next shift. I'd like to have them thoroughly examined to see if we can't determine the reason they're so durable.
As if I don't already have enough to do. Fine. I suppose I could do that. I won't pretend I'm not also a little curious myself.
Very good. Now then, the report states that you were found outside of the containment unit, and the reason cited was that it was an escape attempt. May I ask you why you were running away? Oh, I see. Well, that's rather interesting. The other researchers and I do our best to make sure that you and the other subjects are comfortable and well cared for. Your units are designed to be very reminiscent to your dwellings on Earth. We might have to make a few adjustments then. Next question. How is it you came to be Cerise's pet?
Be very careful with your answer here, human.
Interesting. Exceedingly interesting, in fact. Did you know you're the first human to volunteer yourself to be a dyer's pet? Oh.
I'm a dyer pet. That's the name of my species.
Quite. I'm a taro. You're a human. And your master is a dyer. Oh? They look like wolves from Earth? Yes, I suppose I can see what similarities you're drawing from there. Though, much like us taro, They're not actually related in any way to any Earth fauna, much like we're not related to Earth cats, despite our similar appearances.
Please try to keep this moving along. I would like to get back to playing with them, if it's all the same to you.
Playing with them? Let's get back to that. I actually have a question for you first, Cerise. You've always seemed aloof towards humans. Why take this one as a pet to begin with?
Well, you see, I suppose I found them to be cute. I thought they were cute, is all. After reacquiring them, I decided to detain them since my shift had ended. I took them to Relaxation Pool 3C and had them rub my paws for a while. Then they started kissing my pads, then licking, and that's when I decided to keep them.
They did this of their own accord?
It seems that way. I certainly didn't tell them to do that. I specifically told them to rub my paws. Everything they did past that point was all done of their own free will. I then took them back here to my quarters and proceeded to step on them a little and press them with my paws. They seemed to really enjoy that.
Really now? My, that is fascinating, truly. So, dear, why did you start kissing and, licking Ceris's footpads? Interesting. And how did being pressed under his paws make you feel? I see. Well then, that just leaves me with one last question for you, Cerise. Would you indulge me in showing how you step on them? I'd like to test for myself if you don't mind sharing them for a moment.
I suppose that'd be alright if it meant getting back to my downtime in peace. Very well. Let me just get them back down on the floor. There. Now, lay down, human. Good bug. not much to it, if you see. I just rub and apply a little pressure now and again to feel them squishing a bit beneath my pads. It's delightful. Really helps me relax.
I see. May I try?
By all means.
I do something similar with my own pets, but I never get this abrasive with them. I have to say, they're withstanding this much better than I'd have ever imagined. But tell me, sweet flea, how does this make you feel? Interesting. Not the reaction I would have expected either. I guess we still have a long ways to go towards understanding our species,
Was that all then, Doctor?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I suppose I was getting a bit carried away for a moment there. Well then, thank you for your cooperation, the both of you. I'm sorry again to have taken some of your downtime, and I'll make sure you're duly compensated for it. Enjoy the rest of your rotation, Cerise.
Now then, we're alone again. Where were we? I believe you were licking my beans clean while I read, Get back to it, human. Don't forget to lick between the toes. There's a good bug. Right where you belong.